You've been praying for healing, but everything in your life feels like it's falling apart. The pain isn't going away, it's getting worse. And here's the shocking truth no one tells you. Sometimes, God doesn't start healing you with comfort. He starts with a cut. Because real healing, God's kind of healing, hurts before it helps. Number 1. God reveals before He restores. Before God heals what broke you, He exposes what infected you. You're asking Him to heal your heart, but He's first revealing the roots of your trauma, the unforgiveness, the hidden pride, the secret compromise. Why? Because what's concealed can't be cleansed. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 13 says, "Nothing in all creation is hidden from God's sight. Everything is uncovered and laid bare before the eyes of Him to whom we must give account." God doesn't expose you to shame you. He exposes you to save you. But make no mistake, exposure hurts. It makes you want to hide. But healing starts when God pulls back the curtain and says, "This is what we're really dealing with." Number 2, God breaks before He builds. You're praying for strength, but God is allowing weakness. You're asking for purpose, and He's allowing pain. Not because He's ignoring your cry, but because He's answering it in a deeper way than you expected. Jeremiah 18 verse 4 describes how the potter reshaped the clay after it was marred in his hands. So the potter formed it into another pot, shaping it as seemed best to him. Before God builds something new in you, He breaks the old structure down. That old identity, that coping mechanism, that relationship you thought you couldn't live without, it gets crushed. But crushed in His hands is different than crushed by the world. When God breaks you, it's never to leave you scattered. It's to rebuild you into something glorious. Number 3, God wounds to heal. This sounds like a contradiction, but it's biblical. The wounds of a friend can be trusted, Proverbs chapter 27 verse 6. And no one is a more faithful friend than God. Sometimes He wounds the ego to heal the soul. Sometimes He wounds your plans to protect your destiny. That heartbreak you thought ruined your life, it saved you from marrying someone who would have drained your calling. That delay you resented, it was God's hand protecting you from a disaster you couldn't see. God's wounds are not cruel, they're surgical. A surgeon cuts to heal. God wounds what's infected so it won't spread. And yes, it bleeds. Yes, it stings. But in time, you realize that pain was your rescue. Number 4, God uses suffering to sanctify. There's a kind of pain that produces purity, a holy fire that burns off what you never needed. Romans 5, 3 and 4 says, "We glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." Your suffering isn't pointless, it's purifying you. What you think is a setback is actually sanctification. You're not just going through something, you're becoming something. You're becoming less reactive, more rooted, less flesh, more spirit. God is teaching you to walk by faith, not by sight, and that process is painful, because dying to self always is. But that's what holiness requires, the death of who you were, so the real you, born of the Spirit, can rise. Number 5, God allows pain to position you. Romans 8:28 is not just a nice verse to quote, it's a war cry in the valley. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Not some things, all things, even this. That betrayal, that loss, that depression. God is using that to move you into alignment. He's not just answering your prayer, He's adjusting your posture, because you can't step into the promise with the same posture that tolerated the pain. So He lets the pressure build, He lets the loneliness grow, He lets the pain break you, because He knows where it's pushing you, closer to Him. You don't grow on the mountain, you grow in the wilderness. And if God allowed the pain, He intends to use it. You prayed for healing. He started with the wound. You cried for strength. He let you break. You asked for purpose. He sent pain. Because healing isn't just about what God removes, it's about what He reveals, rebuilds, and resurrects. So here's the challenge. Don't run from the pain. Don't numb it. Don't avoid it. Let God do surgery. Let Him wound what needs to die. Let Him break what can't stay. Because what feels like pain today is preparing power for tomorrow. You're not being destroyed. You're being rebuilt. And healing, real healing, starts here.
Chosen one. If you feel God confirming this word in your heart, drop a 777 in the comments. It means you're choosing wisdom, walking in purpose, and trusting His plan. Stay rooted in truth. Jesus is the way to God. Through Him, you can find forgiveness, peace, and a brand new joyful life. And He is reaching out to you today.